Hey guys, it's the coach here, and I just want to first say thank you for all the support recently. We had a video hit 6,000 views, which was awesome. Just to think 6,000 people watched our video, and I have another good one for you today. I've been watching college football, and I've been kind of struggling, man. I've honestly been struggling. The way the last bowl season went has been horrendous at times, and I feel like it's getting worse. So I want to take a deep dive, and I was thinking, what do I love as much as college football? And that is European soccer, watching the Premier League, the Spanish League, the Champions League. All of those leagues are so much fun. And what do they do well? What excitement do they bring, and what do they add to their sport? And one of them is, it doesn't matter if you are a small club or a large club, you always have technically a chance to compete the end of the day. And college has kind of failed at that. College football has had a history of failing at that, right? Every year it doesn't matter. Like Liberty went undefeated, didn't lose a single game until they lost to Oregon in the bowl game, and they had no prayer making the college football playoffs. Not a chance. Yes, their schedule was not good, but they had not a single chance. And you could say the same thing about all the non-Power 5 teams. They don't have a chance. They don't have a prayer. Yes, in the new format, it'll be a little bit better, but at the end of the day, let's be real here. They don't really have a chance. So I was thinking, how can we make it more fun for them? How can we, we're losing all our conferences anyway. We lost the Pac-12. We're probably going to lose the ACC soon, and we're just getting mega conferences. So how do we just, drop conferences altogether and just get the best college football product, which gives most fans an opportunity to enjoy and get good matchups and get good opportunities? So I took myself into the lab and I created this crazy concept using the European football model, and this is exactly what I did. And if you don't know much about European soccer, here are the ideas I love. I love that first, European football has promotion and relegation. If you're a bottom tier team, a small club, you have an opportunity to get promoted up to higher leagues. There's a team called Luton Town. They play in a tiny stadium that's right in a neighborhood, and it's not very big, and it's running down, and they're playing with all the big boys, the Chelseas, the Man Cities, the Man Uniteds of the world, and they get an opportunity to play because they won enough games to get there, right? And they get that opportunity. Those fans get that experience to play with the big boys, and if they keep winning games and win enough, they can stay there and keep playing. So it gives everyone an opportunity. If you're a MAC school or a Conference USA school, you don't have that opportunity in college football. Even if your program is consistently good for a amount of years, there's a ceiling and there's a max you can get to, and it's not competing for national championships. This formula that I come up with this system would come up. So one, I love is promotion-relegation. Two is the pyramid. You can work your way up. If you're a smaller team, you can work your way up and one day be with the big boys. And I like that idea, so I wanted to show you that idea in college football concept. So here's what the college football concept would look like to me if we did it like European soccer. So I would take the top teams, the top 26 per se, and make the Premier League. So this would be the top league, the best teams, your top 25 and then plus one, of course. But your top 26 teams would be in the Premier League, split into two divisions: Premier League Division West and Premier League Division East. So you take those 26 teams, and basically based on geography, they would be divided up 13-13, and they would all play 6 games at home, 6 games away of the teams in their division, giving you stuff. For example, in the current format, if we took the top 26 teams, you would have Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, Clemson, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Notre Dame, all in the East Division, getting to play each other at least once in the season, leaving us with awesome prime time games all the way through the season and making things super, super fun. But that's just part one. Then you'd have tier 2. So the next set of teams. And this one would be a little bit different. So you take the next 52 teams and make College Football League 2. And you break them up into 4 divisions of 13. The West, East, North, and South. Getting divisions like of Utah, UCLA, and UNLV in the West. In the East, you have North Carolina, Memphis. In the South, Arkansas, UTSA, A&M, and the North, Wisconsin, Minnesota, the Kansas, Iowa State type of teams. and that would be League 2. Same thing, 6 at home, 6 away. You play everyone in your division at least once. Then you have the next set, which is basically the rest of the teams. You'd have the regional league, and in the regional league they'd be divided again into 4 divisions: the North, the South, the East, and the West, with a couple having 14 teams, some having 13 teams, just to even out the numbers. You wouldn't play every single one, but you basically play everyone in your division, and that's how the regional league would work out. And you'd basically have all the bottom feeders, so like Virginia, Navy, UMass, UConn, Wake Forest would be in the East. And the South, you would have matchups. In the South, you'd have matchups like FIU, Tulsa, Arkansas State, Houston in a division. So that's how the structure would work. And then my examples, I'm just using last year's ranking, so 2023, just how you finish. So fan bases, before you kill me in the comment section, I'm just going off of last year. Team should have done better. Now here are the rules. And the rules are where things get fun, in my opinion. So yes, everyone plays everyone, especially in the top tier leagues, like the Premier League and League 2. But this is where things get interesting. So it would be a 12-team playoff, and this is how the playoff would be set up. The top 4 teams in each division of the Premier League, so the West top 4 and the East top 4, would qualify for the playoffs. So if you do really good in the Premier League division, you get to go to the playoffs. That's 8 total. Then League 2, if you win the league, you get to go to the playoffs. So those lesser teams, the middle 52, get a chance to compete as well, but you have to win your league to get in. So you have 12 teams total, all competing. I think it would be fun. It gives more teams an opportunity to compete in the playoffs, and you get those fun opportunities, and maybe you get those Liberty and Boise State type runs where you can have fun, and maybe the underdog can pull an upset, which is why we love playoffs and why we love tournaments, right? Why is March Madness so much fun and people enjoy it every March? It's because of the upsets, and this would give opportunity for the upsets. Will we get it? I don't know, but it gives that opportunity. But here's when things get crazy and are different, and this is what I love about the European model. You have the last place team, and then the 12th place team would get auto relegated, meaning they get kicked out of the league, bye-bye, and sent to the second tier league. That would suck. Imagine Alabama has a bad season. Nick Saban just retired, and now they get kicked out of the top division and get sent to League 2. Fans would go crazy. People would lose their mind, but it would make amazing content and amazing football if they're fighting for those last couple weeks trying to stay in. It'd just be fun to watch. There's more to enjoy. They would get auto-relegated. 11th and 10th place teams in each division would enter what I would call the relegation and promotion bowl. So the bottom 2 teams auto get relegated in each division, the West and East. You suck, you're out. Sorry. The next teams, the 11th and 10th place teams, they would then have to play the second place teams in League 2. So for example, the 11th place team in the Premier League West would have to play the second place team in the League 2 West in a bowl game. If the League 2 side wins, they get promoted, they go up. If the Premier League team wins, they get to stay in the Premier League. It's fun. It makes bowl games competitive. We're tired of seeing crappy bowl games with backup quarterbacks and half the team transferring. This makes it matter more. It's not a glorified scrimmage. It means something, and it means something for the school, and it means something to players. More rules looking at League 2, very similar, right? I talked about the 4 teams in the playoff spot. Also, if you get number 1, you get to go to the playoffs. You also get promoted, which means you automatically qualify to be in the Premier League next year. So you get to make the playoffs, you get to compete for a national championship, and next year you get to play with all the big boys, the Alabamas, the Georgias, and all that, and compete at a higher level, and your fans get that opportunity to see the best teams week in and week out against your school. Second place, again, goes to the Promotion-Relegation Bowl, but again, what happens to the bottom teams? Well, the bottom team in each division gets relegated. Bye-bye, kicked out of the league. Then the 11th and 12th place team, there's another set of relegation and promotion bowls, with the League 2 teams that finish at the bottom versus the regional league teams that finish second and third. They compete. Winner gets to stay or go to League 2. Loser gets sent to the regional leagues, and down the pyramid they go, making games fun, making games more competitive. competitive and giving some spice to the bowl games. That gives us 12 promotion and relegation bowl games where stakes matter and things matter. And then my last thing, this is what I want to see. I love the NIT for college basketball. It gives teams that don't get a chance to compete in a tournament and get experience and have fun. Why don't we give that in college football? The regional league, the top team in each division makes the playoffs in the regional league. And that means that they get to compete in the regional league championship, which gives small school a chance. Could you imagine a school like Houston or Mississippi State getting an opportunity to compete for a trophy? It would be fun for those schools, or a Temple or a Marshall or a Rice, or any one of those kind of smaller schools that don't really get the shine getting an opportunity to compete. Or in Indiana, could you imagine Indiana or Purdue pulling off an amazing run and winning something they don't get to say much about their football program? That is what the regional league tournament could be. It could be like an NIT. It'd be fun. It would give those schools something to play for rather than just being punching bags in big conferences. That's my crazy concept. I don't know if you like it. Don't like it, let me know in the comments down below. I know it's crazy, came up with in the lab, but it was fun to make this video. It was fun to come up with the hypothetical, and